Good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of water polo on North Penn Television. You are tuned into Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV YouTube Live. I'm Eric Jessberger, set here to call all of the action in tonight's matchup in our Eastern Conference square-off between the visiting Wissahickon Trojans and home North Penn Knights. The Rick Carroll Natatorium is the setting of our square-off between the Trojans and Knights. And amongst the action in the pool, 10 seniors on the girls' water polo team and 11 seniors on the boys' water polo squad are being honored for their North Penn journey and achievements in and out of the pool tonight as a part of their North Penn water polo family, as it is senior night here in the Natatorium of North Penn. The festivities and commencement of the 21 seniors graduating in the class of 2020 will make up our busy night at North Penn, but first it's time for H2O polo action for the girls of North Penn. Once again, I'm Eric Jessberger, and you're watching North Penn Television for tonight's coverage of girls water polo action in North Penn's Rick Carroll Natatorium. The girls water polo team is set to enter the pool first on our senior night festivities as they jump into the pool, hoisting a 17-1 record to their 2019 season, while the visitors looking to crash the senior night party on the road, the Wissahickon Trojans entering tonight with a record of 14-4 to their 2019 season campaign. The Knights are building off of a dominant victory over Springfield Chestnut, where they hosted and defeated the Spartans right here in the home pool Monday night, while the Trojans enter tonight with a significant stat to our conference square-off tonight, as they enter with a 8-1 record against conference foes. So a significant stat to the Trojans as they will square off against their neighbors of North Penn. And as the action gets underway in the pool, the ball will be dropped. And North Penn on the left side of the screen, repping their navy blue caps, will control the ball first, while now defending on the right side of the screen in the white caps are the Trojans. Heading back for the ball after the feed from center of the pool, Abby Broadhead, the senior, will feed it up to Nicole Chiappa. On the bottom of your screen, she'll be met by heavy defense. Fed into the center lane, however, fought off by the Trojan on the defense. Maggie Krieger will be able to hand off this ball to the goalie in the white cap, Paige Benning of the Trojans, and send it up the pool. On your far left side, the Trojans will look for their first attack of the square-off, and they'll find some space to work it up. However, an intercepted pass intended for number 4, Anna Alberti, will be intercepted by number 4 of the Knights, Nicole Chiappa, able to squash away the Trojans' first offensive attack, and Caroline Dunnigan will feed it up for the Knights. Entering Wissahickon territory, the Knights looking to scourge up some of the playbook as Jay Montague will be swarmed up. And the foul called against number 17, Madeline Johnson, will give Montague some room. And the Knights able to catch 2 breaks here. They're going to shot on net. However, the shot from number 6, Grace McLaughlin, will be swatted away in front of the net by number 5, Chloe Lovensheimer, as she'll be able to show off the vertical in the pool and swat this away with a great defensive effort. Becca Valentine, the feed to Lovensheimer, and then sent into the center. Pass intended, and the connection unable to be met by Madeline Johnson. The Knights able to break up the pass attempt, and Dunnigan of the Knights will send it all the way up to the right side of the pool. Daly for North Penn. The floater pass will connect with number 6 of the Knights, McLaughlin. Back to Daly to McLaughlin. The overhand backhand shot attempt swatted away from Banning and net. And North Penn, the first shot of the match between both squads, will be in favor of the Trojans as they are able to swash it away. A great save by the right hand of Banning. Staying on the gas pedal, Wissahickon will turn a quick defensive stop into an offensive surge. Lovensheimer will be grabbed away by Daly, and Trojans will find some space. The shot well over the net from the right hand of Anna Alberti will be a cannon sent over the post. And Caroline Dunnigan, the senior, and the goalkeeper for the Knights will send it up, connecting with fellow senior Jane Montague. Fed in, the Knights quickly into that yellow paint territory. And in front of that, a shot there from number 8, Lizzie Kerper. However, Banning will step up once again for the Trojans. However, the defense unable to squash away this initial offensive attack, and the Knights will stay on the push. Jay Montague at the center will feed over to Chiappa. However, the hands and the pressure provided by Maggie Krieger of the Trojans in their white caps will win out Chiapa's offensive opportunity, and the Trojans will push up the pool. Moving right to left, it will be Alberti, fed into the center, swarmed up. Montague will get a hand overhead of Valentine, and the Trojans will find some space and find some time. Krieger winds up, the left hand fed across. The Trojans will connect. The pass, and an incredible save by Caroline Dunnigan in net. The brick wall will answer the left-hand pursuit. And the answer of Loventheimer, the solution, however, will be Dunnigan's two hands. She'll get her arms up, swatting away the shot. And then right back on the other end of the pool, the Knights will find the back of the net. As the first connection of our match tonight, Grace McLaughlin will find the top right corner of the net, beating the lunge of Banning. And the Knights off to an incredible surge as momentum from a Caroline Dunnigan save and offensive pursuit right back down the left to right end of the pool. And the finish from McLaughlin will put the Knights ahead here with 3 minutes and 17 seconds on our first quarter of action. The Knights defense will win out, and Caroline Dunnigan will feed it up once again. And a great defensive effort there, and able to intercept and pick up the loose change. Pickpocketing McLaughlin will be Anna Alberti, and she'll win out with possession, as a whistle will go in favor of Wissahickon. Alberti will find her way up the pool by herself before getting pressure once entering North Penn territory. Loventheimer swarmed up by the arms of Kerper. She'll get a shot. This one will be off the right post and just wide, as a bit of a stunning shot there, perhaps catching North Penn off guard there for a second. Lovenheimers will send a Hail Mary. However, her shot just wide of the net, connecting with the post, not the back of the net, as North Penn will hold on to the 1-0 early lead. Montague to Kerper. Her shot will be swatted away. Kerper still on the pursuit before being swarmed up, and North Penn will come out with possession. As Kerper continuing with the hustle after that first attempt, she'll look for the rebound. Unable to pick up that rebound, but she'll win out with the possession, and North Penn will stay on the attack. McLaughlin to Broadhead. And the pass there to the center, intended for number 8, Lizzie Kerper, will be taken away by the Trojans, and it's number 5, Chloe Loventheimer, making her name known to enemy territory in the visiting pool tonight, as she's been the big impact for the Trojans so far. But as for Wissahickon, they need to focus on an offensive attack rather than focusing too much on the defense. Right here, an offensive attack will be swatted away. The solution, Caroline Dunnigan. The Trojans still want it, and a shot there. Dunnigan will put the brick wall on the left side of the net. However, not able to get her arm up enough, as the Trojans will find their first offensive attack of the night, paying off, as the right-hand finish of Maggie Krieger will connect with the top right corner just within the post, and the left hand of Dunnigan in net. And now we have a 1-1 ball game here in the Rick Hale Natatorium. The Knights will start with possession, looking to answer back to the Trojans' response after falling down 1-0. This game's back tied at 1-1 with 1:20 left in our first quarter of play. The feed back to Montague. Jane Montague will wind up. The senior will look for the top part of the net just under the post. However, Paige Banning will able to get her left arm up. A vertical show off there from the goalkeeper of the Trojans, as she'll swat this away. Right back on the other end, Caroline Dunnigan. This shot will be off the post, go behind her, but she'll defend her crease and able to keep this out of the back of the net, just avoiding that from crossing the goal line. The Trojans showing some surge, but the Knights all alone in front of the net. The floater over the right hand of Banning, and it's entering the game and making her name known. The statement from number 13, Stella Burns. She'll find the back of the net, and the Knights back up, answering the Trojans' response of a 1-1 tie. Burns will connect with the floater in the back of the net, and the Knights back up 2-1. The clock is winding down. We're under a minute, standing at 34 seconds and ticking. The Trojans, will they get their last shot off in this first quarter? Trailing with a 1-point deficit. Trojans in excellent position on the pool. Number 11, Jocelyn Staub will find some space before being swarmed up. The windup, the shot well wide of the net as Caroline Dunnigan will give an effort. But the shot there from number 3, Maggie Krieger, unable to find quite even the post on that shot, well wide of the net. And the Knights with 9, 8, 7 seconds and ticking. They're looking to get one last shot off. It's Abby Peters. The floater will just be a basket catch reception by Paige Banning in the net as a Hail Mary shot there with the final seconds left in our first quarter from Abby Peters will be a floater to Banning. And that will conclude our first quarter of action here in North Penn's Rick Hale Natatorium. The Knights off to an incredible start as they able to put up the first points of the match thanks to a backhand finish from Grace McLaughlin as she'll connect with the first net response and net finish to our matchup tonight on North Penn Senior Night as she'll get the Knights on the board with a 1-0 lead before number 3, Maggie Krieger, will have a response of her own following a save on the opposite end of the pool from the goalkeeper for Wissahickon, Paige Banning. It's able to get right to left outside the pool. Krieger finish will tie it up at 1-1. But with 2 minutes and ticking left in the first quarter of play, the Knights will find the back of the net one more time, and it will be Stella Burns coming into the pool halfway through. She's able to make her impact on this game very quickly as she'll find the back of the net and put the Knights up with a 2-1 lead heading into our second quarter of action. As both teams head to their respective sidelines to meet up before entering our second quarter of action. Once again, you're watching North Penn Television, Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV's YouTube Live. I'm Eric Jesperger calling the action here in the Rick Hale Natatorium at North Penn. As I just previously mentioned, it is senior night to the 2019-2020 water polo squad for the girls tonight. The 2020 class, a extremely successful journey here throughout North Penn, not only in the classroom and in the hallways, but most prominently in the pool, as multiple state championships for multiple senior members in the pool tonight for the girls' North Penn water polo squad are looking to showcase it once again here in a packed house at the Rick Hale Natatorium. Both respective fans showing their support, but it is North Penn bringing out the student section and the families and friends supporting the seniors, especially tonight. As we get ready for our second quarter of action, a 2-1 lead for the Knights. The Trojans trail by 1 and are looking to respond here quickly as we kick off our second quarter of play. 7 minutes on the clock and we're ready to go. The Knights back underway. Just as they left off, they will have possession, and it will be Abby Peters, the senior, once again for the Knights. Looking to find Montague at the center of the pool. The pressure provided by Becca Valentine will force this pass over to number 13, Stella Burns. A second shot from Burns. She'll be answered here this time from the catch of Paige Banning in net for the Trojans tonight. And Wissahickon will look to surge with an offensive. A floater easily picked away out of the air by Caroline Dunnigan. As the shot attempt there from Chloe Loventheimer, the first for the Trojans in the second quarter, will be no answer and no challenge there quite for Caroline Dunnigan, the senior of North Penn. The Knights on the right side of the pool, they'll be on the attack, and some favored whistles will give them some space and possession. Number 24, Paige Mitchell, at the top of the screen will feed it into number 8, Lizzie Cooper, with some space. The shot off the post, unable to ring home, unable to bounce in and give a North Penn favored bounce. This will be off the post and to the back and the basket of Paige Banning, as the shot from number 14, Kaylin Daly, will be unsuccessful for the Knights. However, going now on the left side of the pool, Wissahickon will shoot themselves in the foot as they'll give possession back over to the Knights and Caroline Dunnigan in net. Number 13, Stella Burns, connecting already with one of her shots here tonight. She'll feed it across to Peters and back to Kerper. Burns, a floater, will find number 14, the intended pass to Kaylin Daly, the underclassman, able to come up with it. However, picking up the loose change, number 24 with the rebound. Paige Mitchell will send this shot. However, Banning with another incredible save, as 2 goals allowed won't justify her effort tonight, as another save in net for the Trojans goalkeeper will keep this game with a 1-point deficit only for the Trojans. With some space, Alberti will then easily feed it back to Valentine. And this feed across the pool, number 3, with multiple shots attempts for the Trojans. This time she'll be responded. Krager has connected with the back of the net, beating Dunnigan once. However, Dunnigan will not allow it there once again, as the brick wall of Caroline Dunnigan will swat this away and give North Penn an opportunity on the opposite end of the pool. A wrist shot there will find the back of the net. A chopper, one hop to the bottom right portion of the net. It's number 8, Lizzie Cooper, connecting with the bottom portion of the net, beating the left-hand lunge of Paige Banning, as the Trojans goalkeeper unable to respond to the lack of defense in front of her. As with plenty of time and plenty of space, Lizzie Cooper, wearing and repping the number 8 cap tonight for the Knights in their navy blue caps, will connect with the back of the net. And the Knights up to a 3-1 lead. This feed and an incredible interception. The lunge and vertical reach of Grace McLaughlin will swat away the pass attempt intended for number 4, Anna Alberti. And the Knights back on the push. Number 12 for the Knights, Casey Brennan, will be tied up, and she'll get some time, but wisely feed it back to the center of the pool. Knights will check in, including Abby Broadhead with the ball now, including fellow senior Nicole Chiappa and Bridget Schumer. Finding some space and time, Julia Davis will be tied up before the shot clock will wind out, and the Trojans perhaps catching a break there, as they'll now take over possession and head to the other end of the pool. A 3-1 lead here in the Rick Hale Natatorium, the home of North Penn Water Polo. The Knights are in favor on their home turf. Schumner will pick up the loose ball, but the Trojans will win out. Krager, the feed to number 7, and a finish there from Becca Valentine. And North Penn miscommunication on defense. The Trojans will stay on the offensive attack and win out. Maggie Krager picking up the loose ball from Bridget Schumner. The feed over to Becca Valentine, and the finish right in front of the net. No man home for the Knights, as Valentine, with the finish, will bring this game back within 1. The Trojans, however, still trailing with a deficit of 1 point. The Whitecaps of the Trojans will hold on to the ball, and they'll win out with some officiating calls in favor of the girls in the Whitecaps for Wissahickon. They'll get some time and some space to work out an attack, as the playbook from head coach of the Trojans, Greg Beyer, he'll feed out some stats, feed out some plays, and the Trojans will get ready for a penalty-like kick attack, as it will be fed up from the goalkeeper on the right side of your screen, number 1, Paige Banning. She'll feed this in. Number 17 with the response, Madeline Johnson. With some space, the Trojans, a connection and a shot. Back-to-back goals on back-to-back offensive approaches and attacks. It's once again number 7, Becca Valentine. A missile to the bottom right portion of the net will beat Dunnigan, the goalkeeper for the Knights, and Valentine with her second back of the net finish and appearance tonight. She'll tie this game at 3-3. The Trojans still looking for their first lead of the match, as a 3-3 lead, or a 3-3 tie game, will be the story so far, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds of our second quarter. But on a quick response, the Knights will respond and make another back of the net finish, this time once again from number 6, Grace McLaughlin. She had the first goal, she'll have the fourth, and pull the Knights ahead once again with 2 minutes on our clock in our second quarter of action. The Trojans right back, however, on it. A fast-paced sport. The Trojans are exemplifying that. Number 11, the feed to Anna Alberti. She'll use her back to try and work up some space. However, number 6 of the Knights, Grace McLaughlin, will stand her ground and give possession back over to North Penn. Dunnigan to Daly. A whistle will give Daly some room. And number 9, Julia Davis to Daly. A floater intercepted, a great defensive pressure and interception from Ashley Radel. However, the call as a tug will give North Penn possession. Humner shot. A chip shot. Scooped up by the right hand of Paige Banning. Humner's first shot attempt unsuccessful, as the Knights will have to trade away that offensive attack. The Trojans defense locking it down, and will now send an attack of their own, going right to left here in the Rick Carroll Natatorium pool. In front of the net, a quick spin move, and a surge and a missile to the bottom portion, and a ground ball will beat the right hand of Caroline Dunnigan. The lunge unable to respond to the shot from number 7, Becca Valentine. A hat trick for Valentine in this match tonight. She has 3 of the 4 goals for the Trojans. And my goodness, Wissahickon just continuing to answer back to North Penn's attack. But the Knights will continue trading offense to offense. 4-4 is the score, but tally that up. It's the senior on her senior night, Abby Broadhead, in the cap of number 5 and the navy blue for the Knights. She'll find the back of the net. And the Knights answering back once again, the story of this game. The Knights put up a point. The Trojans answer back. This time, the Knights up with a 5-4 lead, and will have to trade over possession as a call from the official will give it back over to North Penn. 30 seconds and ticking left in our second quarter of action. Connection to McLaughlin. She has 2 goals tonight. She'll look for her third. However, wisely feed it back to Daly. In front, Broadhead with 1. A floater over the net and over the lunge. The reach attempt for Paige Banning, a floater. You don't have to put it too hard on the net. Broadhead will exemplify it there. She'll connect with the back of the net. But this sport just doesn't wind down, as the Trojans will send an attack of their own before the Knights will sniff it out, and a Hail Mary toss from the goalkeeper, Caroline Dunnigan, will fall about 2 hops short of the net. And North Penn and the Trojans of Wissahickon will head to their respective sidelines. Will trade benches and positioning in our match tonight, as our first half of action in the Rick Carroll Natatorium and the pool of girls water polo action will conclude. The Knights answering with an early back of the net appearance from number 6, Grace McLaughlin, and our first quarter of action will be put up, but the Trojans continuing to fire and answer back, as they will stay on the momentum and continuing with constant responses. However, that will leave our score here with a score, thanks to the key members of Grace McLaughlin of the Knights making multiple back of the net. She has 2 on the night. But the story so far, keeping the Trojans in this matchup tonight, it's Wissahickon's attack from number 7, Becca Valentine. 3 of the 4 goals for the Trojans will be from the right hand of Valentine. She's able to keep the Trojans in this one and keep the girls on the pursuit behind the 17-1 record of the Knights. As that stat undoubtedly is quite of an intimidation factor to any pool and any team entering the pool against the Knights. However, the Trojans looking extremely unfazed entering tonight. They have a record of 14-4, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, the most significant stat, an 8-1 conference record. 8-1 against familiar foes and nearby neighbors and water polo teams will undoubtedly create some momentum for the Trojans, as that stat, they're facing off against a conference foe tonight, the Knights, and they are showing some surge and some poise in the pool, as the North Penn Knights continuing to work with the lead. The Knights have held on to any of the leads tonight. The Trojans still have trailed. They've only been able to tie up the matchups in the pool so far in the first half of action. But it's North Penn continuing to stay on the gas pedal. But most significantly, the Trojans are looking to find a break in this one and get to the back of the net more, as 4 goals for the Trojans will make this score just a deficit of 1, as the Knights with a 5-4 lead in this matchup so far in the Rick Carroll Natatorium. As both teams group up, discussing with head coach Jason Grubb for the Knights, they will converse over some attacks and some approaches they're going to need to have in this one to fend off the pests of the Trojans, as they've been continually on the gas pedal to stay in this one. They only trail by 1, as both teams will now head to the opposite ends of the pool to get ready to kick off our second half of action between the Knights and Trojans. A conference matchup, and it's going to be the Trojans looking to try and work their way back up to a lead in our matchup tonight for the first time in this conference square-off. As for the Knights, they're looking to try and stay on what they've been doing so far and hold on to the lead. However, something they're looking to try and make multiple end zone appearances and back of the net finishes, going right to left in this second half of play. The ball is dropped, and more water polo action is underway here on North Penn Television. I'm Eric Jesperger calling the action in the Rick Hale Natatorium and up in the booth of the stands, as a packed house will bring some momentum in favor of the Knights, with some chants and calling as Kaylin Daly in front of the net for North Penn. She'll be tied up, get some time, fed into the center and the crease of the goalie, number 6, Grace McLaughlin. She has 2 goals tonight. She'll have a chance to put up her third, but she'll play catch as North Penn will work up an attack. Passes towards the center. The pass from number 12, the floater from Casey Brennan, will find Jane Montague. Brennan will get the ball and get set to do it again. She'll find Daly. The underclassman will wind up, pump fake, and feed it back. Number 8, the shot, top right corner. A pinpoint shot from the right hand of Lizzie Cooper. She'll serve up a back of the net finish, and the Knights 6-4 lead here in our matchup. Cooper will find the back of the net for her second time tonight. A 6-4 lead for the girls in the navy blue caps of North Penn. The Trojans will have to play catch up once again and turn a defensive loss into an offensive response. On the attack, Ashley Radel will be tied up, and Dunnigan will take over and feed it up. The Knights, very fast pace. It will be fed in front of the net. Number 8 all alone. The shot, back of the net, beating the left hand of Banning. It's number 8, Lizzie Cooper. Back-to-back goals for the North Penn Knight. Lizzie Cooper, and the Knights will get a jolt of momentum here in our beginning of our second half of action. The third quarter with 5 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. The Knights up by 3 with a 7-4 lead. After kicking off the second half of action, leading only by 1. They'll now have a lead of 3. A chip shot there. Becca Valentine with 3 goals this time. Dunnigan will swat it away. The pressure there significantly provided by Grace McLaughlin will tie up that shot attempt. And North Penn right back on the opposite end of the pool. Daly's shot will be swatted away. The brick wall right in front of the net on that shot, as Paige Banning will scoop it away and fend off the shot, deflecting it away, and will serve it up for the Trojans going left to the right. Maggie Krieger, fended by Daly, will now send a floater and some space heading towards the crease. Number 7 will get tied up, Becca Valentine, and some flares will brew. McLaughlin will be checked out, and it's Maggie Krieger. The Trojans will play catch. Krieger, the left hand, the shot, and a missile there over the arms of Dunnigan. My goodness, a velocity show-off there from the left arm missile of number 5, Chloe Loventheimer. No love there shown to Dunnigan, as a shot will be sent, a missile right at Dunnigan over her 2-hand reach. And the Knights will now hold on to only a 2-point lead, 7-5, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds and ticking here in our action tonight in the second half. Broadhead to Chiappa. The seniors will connect. The shot from number 18, Lizzie Cooper, will be warded off by Banning. The defensive pressure most significant there. Becca Valentine playing both ends of the pool tonight with 3 goals. She'll have an offensive show off and a defensive presence there on McLaughlin's attack. And the Trojans will then now look to find a solution on the opposite end of the pool. On the pressure, Charlotte Tham will enter the game as she'll ward down and eat up most of the clock, forcing number 11, Jesselyn Staub, to send up a Hail Mary and floater well over the net. As North Penn able to control the clock, something they've done well in all their matches. You talk about wearing down the clock, not only wearing down the clock, but also wearing down opponents. As stamina is something North Penn prides themselves on pretty much in any sport, but most significantly, the water polo teams of the girls and boys being showcased tonight on North Penn's senior night. But back to the action, it's North Penn up with a lead of 7-5. The Trojans looking to disrupt the senior night party. And right here, a chip shot. Double teamed, will be no response there. Becca Valentine with her 4th goal on the match will bring this Wissahickon visiting crowd onto their feet with pom-poms and arms in air. The Trojans now able to find their way back. They still trail by 1, but are looking to try and work their way back into this one and take back the lead. The defensive pressure applied by number 4, Anna Alberti, will pickpocket Jane Montague. And the Trojans back on an attack, looking to answer with back-to-back goals. The Whitecaps of the Trojans finding their way into North Penn territory. In front of the net, Maggie Krager will be tied up by Abby Broadhead on the defensive effort. Krager will win out. Bottom of your screen, it will be received by number 4, Anna Alberti. She'll be tied up. The Trojans looking for some space. Jane Montague will ward off this pass. She'll be able to get her left arm in the face of number 7, Becca Valentine, the menace of North Penn tonight. However, Valentine will be warded away, and the solution will be Jane Montague on an incredible defensive effort from the senior. Charlotte Tham will be the intended receptioner of that pass. However, number 11, Jesselyn Staub, had another idea. She's able to swat it away, but North Penn will hold on to possession. And a shot there, the line drive from Jane Montague will be batted away, and a basket catch from Paige Banning will allow the Trojans to put up a defensive attack and now send it to the other end of the pool. A spin move, a shot, chip shot will hop over the right hand of Dunnigan. Number 7, my goodness, the story, Becca Valentine. 5 goals for the Trojans tonight. She'll tie it up 7-7. And once again, we stand here with a tie ball game in the pool. 7-7. The Trojans back-to-back goals in this matchup tonight. And we stand here with a tie game 7-7 with 1 minute and 46 seconds left in our 3rd quarter of play. A down-to-the-wire finish, an incredible end to this game is my prediction. And is why you have to stay tuned to this action here on the Rick Carroll Auditorium. It's senior night, and tensions are high in this one. The Knights will look to find the back of the net. The senior in front of the net, number 13, Stella Burns will have the reception from the feed from Montague. Tied up North Penn, feeling the pressure. They'll find this connection and a shot there just over the arms of Abby Peters. Just off the fingertips, she's able to put up somewhat of a shot. However, this will be off the post, and Banning will swat away. No challenge there for the goalkeeper of the Trojans. And Wissahickon with an opportunity to take the lead in this one. It's been all momentum in favor of the girls in the Whitecaps of Wissahickon. The girls in yellow and white will look for some space. Tensions are high. The shot swatted away by the left hand of Caroline Dunnigan. However, a call in favor of the Trojans. The shot clock went out, but Wissahickon will have possession. 41 seconds on our clock, and the Trojans will find some space and some time to get a shot off. Number 4, Anna Alberti. Back to Lovetimer. Across the pool to Valentine. 5 goals tonight. However, she's unable to come up with the ball, and North Penn will win out with possession. A surge of cheers here from the North Penn faithful will come up here in the natatorium. 20 seconds and taking on our 3rd quarter of play. A tie game of 7-7, and North Penn with possession. A line drop shot well over the net from the right hand of Lizzie Cooper. She shot very well tonight. This time, though, her shot unable to find the back of the net. 7, 6, 5 seconds and ticking. Intercepted here from Grace McLaughlin. 2, the shot, chip shot. And just not enough muscle and not enough time to get that shot. As a smile there from McLaughlin, as she knows she was able to put up more of a significant defensive pressure and defensive stop to ward away the Trojans' offensive momentum. And very well, a better answer will be the Knights heading to their sidelines to regroup. After it has been much of the Trojans, the score may be 7-7, but my goodness, Wissahickon has found their way into this one, not only from the stands up here in the booth with a burst of energy after some of the Trojans' finishes, most significantly being the right hand of number 7, Becca Valentine, the menace in the North Penn pool tonight. But also the bench and the players in the pool have proven a major factor in the momentum of this matchup tonight. A 7-7 game, 7 minutes on the clock, and our final quarter of action here in the Rick Hale Natatorium will be set to be underway shortly. Once again, you're watching North Penn Television, Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV YouTube Live. I'm Eric Jesperger calling all the action here in the Rick Hale Natatorium. It is senior night at North Penn, and as I mentioned, quite shockingly, the Trojans looking to come in and disrupt the party, but quite literally, they are looking to disrupt the senior party here in the Rick Hale Natatorium and for this home crowd of North Penn, as the girls' water polo squads, high tension, high flares from all sections of the natatorium tonight, will bring it to a 7-7 tie game, as both teams will squander up one last chant, one last hurrah before entering the opposite end of the pool. And the final stage of battle to this Thursday night matchup on North Penn Senior Night. Both squads lined up. The Trojans visiting from Wissahickon on the left side of your screen in the white caps. The Knights looking to defend their home turf and a 17-1 record on the right side of your screen, and the pool in their navy caps. Number 4, Nicole Chiappa on the pursuit. However, winning out will be number 17, Madeline Johnson on the faceoff. The Trojans, for the first time tonight, will hold on to a possession at the beginning of a quarter. A minor milestone, but a significant part of this game with a tie game of 7-7. Swarmed up, Montague will pick up the loose ball. However, number 4, Anna Alberti, will win in favor of the official's call and hold on to a Trojans offensive attack. The shot clock will wind down. Abby Peters, the senior, will step up for the Knights and able to knock away any offensive attack and squander that away, as the Knights will now have possession. Dunnigan to Montague with a defender in her face. She'll get this pass off blindly, and it will be Grace McLaughlin, the intended receiver, before number 7, Becca Valentine, will break it up and give the Trojans possession. Wide open man, the connection in front. Number 11, Jocelyn Staub with time, a floater over the arm of Caroline Dunnigan. The Trojans will keep the Knights and catch them sleeping, as the goal crease will be left untamed and undefended for North Penn. The Trojans will take the lead for the first time tonight. The shot from Jocelyn Staub over to the reach of Dunnigan will give the Trojans their first lead tonight. The Knights looking to respond as they have their first deficit of the night. They trail by 1. North Penn will find some space. Chiappa to Montague. The seniors will connect. And number 14, Daly, will find a connection. And an incredible defensive pressure. A swat away from the reach of number 17 of the Trojans, Madeline Johnson, will squander away the right-hand reach of Grace McLaughlin on that shot attempt. And the Trojans will look to take a 2-point lead here with 5 minutes and ticking left in our match tonight. And a hook shot there. My goodness, over the shoulder, not even looking at the net. would have been an incredible shot, an incredible connection with the top right corner of the net from the left hand of Chloe Lovenheimser. However, it will be unsuccessful for the Trojans and will play no factor in this game. The Knights. McLaughlin will find space. Wisely feeds Chiappa, and a line drop shot batted away from Banning. Able to step up with the iron fist, knocking away that ball. It's Paige Banning of the Trojans, locking down the back of the net and keeping her team up with a lead of 8-7. The Trojans offense back on the pursuit. Lovenheiser will find some space. However, this call, the referees officials will go to the North Penn end of the pool, and the Knights will take over possession. Daly to Chiappa. The senior will be tied up, and space will be provided. Jane Montague with space. McLaughlin winds up the punt fake to fire off the crossbar, and the Trojans will take over possession of the rebound and hold on to the 8-7 lead, thanks to the best friend for Banning right now in the back of the net being the post. The Trojans will enter North Penn territory. Peters on the pressure. However, Anna Alberti with possession will win out. This pass intended for number 3, Maggie Krieger of the Trojans in the Whitecaps, will be warded off. Intercepted from Grace McLaughlin. And Dunnigan will take over in her red cap for the Knights as goalkeeper. Peters with possession. She'll find some space. Connecting with Jane Montague just barely as the fingertips will win out the defensive effort from Becca Valentine. With space, tied up, Lizzie Cooper will find some room. The officials will give the ball in favor of North Penn. And Lizzie Cooper of the Knights, deep in Trojans territory. Cooper again will head into the offensive territory a little too much as she'll cross that red bar on the far side of your screen. Crossing the availability for the offense to attack. And a shot in the foot there as the Knights will trade over possession and give away a significant offensive attack here in this game. The offensive possessions have been rare now, as with 2 minutes and 35 seconds, a 1-point lead will be held on by the Trojans as this floater deflected away by Dunnigan. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in our match tonight. The Knights trail by 1 and will have possession. Dunnigan to Daly. The senior to the underclassmen. It will now be fed in. Finding some space, McLaughlin. She has 2 goals tonight. Banning, however, with an incredible save. The floater from McLaughlin. Banning will swat it away and send this deflected over the net. However, McLaughlin and the Knights will hold on to possession. The clock will continue to wind. Now reaching 2 minutes. A 22-second shot clock. Peters will wisely just hand this off to Montague, and North Penn will stay on the attack. Chiappa leading the approach. Her pass intended for Peters well over the senior. The nice shot will be easily received as a basket catch from Banning. She'll take a look at the clock, knowing she has to hold off her net for just 1 minute and 40 seconds more. The Trojans looking to connect one more time. A defensive presence from Caroline Dunnigan will intercept this pass. However, she'll come out of her crease a little too much, as Maggie Krieger will pick up the ball, and the Trojans with some space. 1 minute 33 the time, and the clock frozen. The shot for Krieger, and Dunnigan will step up. An incredible save from the senior, and the Knights right back to the opposite end of the pool. 1 minute 29, the clock is frozen, and my goodness, Caroline Dunnigan, the senior on her senior night, will step up with an incredible save on a free shot from the left hand of Maggie Krieger. My goodness, just when you thought the North Penn crowd couldn't get louder, the natatorium erupts after the shot intended from Krieger, looking for the bottom left connection to the back of the net. Dunnigan will sniff it out, reading it like a book, and she will swat it away, as an incredible save will keep her Knights in this one, just trailing by 1. However, the Knights offense is the bigger story right now with 1:29 left on the clock of our match, as the Knights trail by 1, an 8-7 lead for the Trojans. And you got to expect the head coach of Jason Grubb. The experience has been there. Multiple senior nights as head coach, but also a significant amount of pressure moments, big-time games, and huge moments in the pool, leading her girls in much of the action. An extremely successful group of girls right now on your screen at the bottom of the pool. For the Knights, we'll look to answer one more time and bring this home crowd to their feet. They'll need 2 to walk away with the victory. 1:29 on our clock. Once again, you're watching North Penn Television on Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or our NPTV YouTube Live. I'm Mayor Jesper calling the action, and my goodness, we've had an exceptional set of action in the pool tonight to kick off our senior night festivities for the boys and girls water polo teams and family here at North Penn. But right now, it will be the North Penn girls water polo team looking to answer with 2 goals of their own. They just need 1 to force this to OT. Dunnigan, the lone man, will hold on to possession and kick off the attack for the Knights. McLaughlin, she'll be leaning back. The pressure from number 7, Becca Valentine, unable to swat away the solution. The shot to the top of the net. Wow, what an incredible save, deflected away by Banning. Paige Banning, able to sniff away and send away this shot to the top of right corner of the net. Montague unable to connect with the back of the net. And the Wissahickon Trojans will hold on to that 1-point lead. 8-7, the Trojans up with 50 seconds and ticking. Wissahickon will play catch. Banning will feed it up to Krieger. Krieger with space. The shot clock winding down. Dunnigan will respond and make a save of her own. 41 seconds left in our matchup. And a stoppage of play, a stop of the clock, frozen at 41 seconds. Both teams will head to their sidelines for one last time before heading into what we can assume a down-to-the-wire finish between 2 exceptional and incredible teams in the water polo action and the pool of the Rick Hill Natatorium tonight. An 8-7 lead in favor of the road team, the Trojans, with a record of 14-4, 8-1 in the conference, led by head coach Greg Beyer. They'll look to fend off the 17-1 record-holding North Penn Knights, led by head coach Jason Grubb. The experience is there. However, are the Knights able to squander one last answer on their home turf tonight in their home pool against a Trojans team with a goalkeeper who has been a brick wall in this 4th quarter of action tonight, quite mostly the whole second half. After giving up 5 goals in the first half, she's only given up 2. And she'll look to lock it down for one last time here on the road and look to send her Trojans away with the victory on the road tonight against an incredibly well-rounded North Penn Knights water polo squad. The crowd is up, and the feast is ready for this matchup. 41 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the end of this game. 38 seconds and ticking. Dunnigan to feed up. The Knights will find some space. McLaughlin will be squandered up, and it will be in favor. Number 8 will pick up the ball, Lizzie Kerper. Fed back to Montague. The senior shot over the post into the back of the net. Unable to find Twine. The Trojans, with a sigh of relief, the senior Jane Montague found some space, found some time and some room. However, the shot just over the net, and the clock frozen at 28 seconds left in our matchup tonight. My goodness. North Penn, you got to assume, will have one last hurrah in this one, as they'll have to bring every man up to be able to try and pick up a loose ball, force a miscommunication, and force a false pass of the Trojans. As Paige Banning, the goalkeeper, and the story of this one, locking down the net. Once again, like you saw at that last shot, Montague, the shot may have been looking over the net, but Banning able to get her arm up, looking to get just a fingertip on the ball, but that will be enough to send this away and keep the Trojans of Wissahickon with a 1-point lead with 28 seconds in our matchup tonight. The timeout has been called, and you see the starters of North Penn, the offensive attackers, and goalkeeper Caroline Dunnigan meeting up with the coaching staff of the Fakishes and head coach Jason Grubb as they'll look to the back of the playbook and find their way to tie this one up and at least force this one to overtime on their home pool tonight. The Trojans with one last hurrah as they'll enter their own end of the pool. The Trojans will have possession and look to squander away and eat away the last 28 seconds on the clock. Paige Banning will have the ball for the Trojans. The pressure applied, and a whistle will be called against the Knights as just getting out of her seat a little too fast was Lizzie Kerper. The Trojans will find space. They will be able to find connections passing the ball around before a stoppage of play from the officials as Banning will feed it over to your far side of the screen to number 11, Jocelyn Staub. Jocelyn Staub with possession right now. She had the ball. She'll feed up to the official. Staub, the one to give the Trojans the lead at 8-7, and that is where we have remained since her goal in the early parts of this fourth quarter of action. The goalkeeper, Paige Banning, back with possession. 21 seconds on the clock left in this one. Banning will connect with number 13, Garvey. They'll play catch. Levenheimser back to Branning. 12 seconds, 11, 10. The Trojans will play catch. They'll fend off the Knights. And it's the Trojans. 3, 2, 1. Then the Wissahickon Trojans will enter the home pool of the Knights tonight on North Penn senior night and squashing away and disrupting the party here in North Penn's Rick Hale Auditorium. The visitors will be successful and the road team will win out. The Wissahickon Trojans with an incredible effort against a very well-rounded North Penn Knights squad. They will improve to an incredible stat and record of 9-1 in the conference, led by head coach Greg Byer. An overall record of 15-4, while the Knights, for the second time only, finding their way on the wrong end of the scoreboard in this 2019 season campaign. They will fall to the Trojans and fall to an overall record of now 17-2. An incredible game, an 8-7 final score. And the key highlights of this one were undoubtedly the Trojans entering. They trailed all the way up until the fourth quarter, where it was the goal, putting the Trojans up 8-7. Wearing the cap of number 11 tonight, Jocelyn Staub will give the Trojans their first lead. And that's all the Wissahickon visitors will need in order to walk away with the W tonight. But another significant name, Paige Banning, the brick wall for the Trojans, will lock it down in the fourth quarter and be able to have the Trojans walk away from this one on the road with an incredible victory of 8-7 in your final score. Thanks for tuning into our coverage tonight of girls water polo action on North Penn Television. For our camera crew tonight, giving you all the action to your living room screens at home, I'm Eric Jessberger. Thanks for watching North Penn Television. And for one last time, the Trojans defeat the Knights 8-7 in your final score. I'm Eric Jessberger, and thanks for watching North Penn Television.